One shadow crosses the sky, and the entire mob stops breathing. Something is moving inside this mound, and this meerkat already knows exactly what it is. Most animals wouldn't dare touch this. This meerkat is about to. This isn't instinct. It's a skill passed down generation after generation. Something else is out here tonight, and it's getting closer. It is getting closer. One mob, one relentless search, and a discovery that's about to change everything. Let's begin. Before the sun has cleared the horizon, the mob is already awake and already hungry. Scent is everything here. A buried grub, a hidden scorpion, all of it written in the sand. A promising scent near an old root system, worth the effort of digging. Not every dig pays off. This one's a dead end. No time to dwell on it. There's always another lead. This trail is getting stronger. Something is close. Something is close. A cluster of larvae, not a big meal, but an easy one. A small find, quickly shared. No need to compete over so little. Even watching for danger is shared work. The mob takes turns. Different ground, different technique. Rocks hide their own kind of meal. Quick as it appears, and quicker to disappear. Not worth the effort. Better to try somewhere new. The mob isn't the only one benefiting from all this digging. This time, the chase pays off. By midday, the heat wins. Even the mob has to rest. As the worst of the heat passes, the search picks up again. The youngest members of the mob are learning to search too. Badly, for now. A scorpion, dangerous to almost anything else. But this mob has learned how to handle it. A skill passed down through the mob. Disable the sting before it becomes a meal. Now it's the pup's turn to learn. Safely, this time. One lesson learned, and already the mob moves on to the next. Not every meal comes from your own digging. Sometimes it's whatever the mob stirs up. This patch is already claimed. Better to search elsewhere than compete for it. A skink this time. The search never turns up the same thing twice. By late afternoon, the effort is finally starting to pay off. As evening nears, the search shifts again, this time toward what's growing, not just what's hiding. Not everything the mob eats moves. Some meals are simply dug up. A shape in the sky, and the entire mob stops at once. As quickly as it stopped, then the entire mob is back to work. A little moisture, a little food, exactly what the desert demands you work for. One last major target before the light fades. A termite mound. Termites move constantly inside, and a keen ear can find exactly where. This mound isn't giving up its termites easily. Smarter, not harder. An old weather crack is a far easier way in. Persistence and a smarter approach finally pays off. Word travels fast. Soon the whole mob shares in the find. The pups get the easiest access. The rest of the mob makes sure of it. Even the birds know a broken termite mound means an easy meal. A brief check of the darkening sky. Old instincts, even when the danger has passed. A brief check of the darkening skies. Old instincts, even when the danger has passed.
The walk home can wait. Dusk brings its own kind of opportunity. No scent, no sight. Dusk brings its own kind of opportunity. A clean catch. Dusk hunting pays off just as well as daylight digging.
A clean catch. Dusk hunting pays off just as well as daylight digging. One last round of feeding before the true dark sets in. A jackal, somewhere out there, working the same ground for its own meal. It isn't hunting the mob, it's after the same rodents and insects. No need for conflict, just a wider path home. By the time it's out of sight, the mob has already forgotten about it. Almost home, but the day isn't quite finished yet. One more easy meal, even this close to home. A quick leap, and dinner's a little more complete. The burrow, at last, and a mob that's eaten well today. One last look at the world that fed them before the mob goes to ground. A new day in the Kalahari, and the search for food starts all over again. Today, the search leads somewhere new. A dry riverbed, and different prey to find. An old tunnel, long abandoned. Not every hole holds a meal. The taller grass hides its own kind of meal. A spider, caught before it even knows it's found. Even a passing warthog family can turn up a meal for those paying attention. Even a tree trunk can hold a clue if you know how to read it. A meal easy enough, that even the youngest can join in. Not every call means danger. Sometimes it's just something new passing through. Fallen pods make good hiding spots for insects and for the mob's next meal. A scatter of nymphs and a race to catch as many as possible. Midday heat, day 2, and the same lesson holds: rest while you can. As the heat breaks, the mob's second wind begins. Even a single bee demands a little caution before it becomes a meal. Food isn't the only thing worth searching for. Water, when it appears, is just as valuable. Refreshed, the mob returns to the day's real work. A big grub, at last. The kind of find that makes the whole day's search worthwhile. As the light fades again, the mob turns toward home. A familiar rhythm, one more time. 2 days, 2 different landscapes, but the same mob, working together to survive them both. The search never really ends. It just waits for the next sunrise.